footage has emerged proving WNBA referees definitely have an agenda against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever.
And just like that, Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA, the team owners, the Players Association, in the split of an instance, all of it can change. In a split instance, all of it can change. If this injury does anything, it should be a wake-up call to the WNBA, the Players Association, the team owners, that just like that, all this fanfare, all this interest, all this new...
After one of the worst officiating disasters we've seen, the WNBA just did the unthinkable and fired their commissioner. Yes, Kathy Engelberg is out. At least that's what the rumors say. Fans are upset, players are speaking out, and the league just slammed the panic button hard. But the wildest part is that they're not just searching for a replacement behind the scenes. Rumors are circulating that they've already locked one in, and believe me, this name is going to shock. Stay tuned as we break down every missed call and piece of drama and reveal who the WNBA just brought in to clean up this mess. Rumor has it that this is a true basketball legend with championship rings, Hall of Fame status, and deep roots in the game. Someone fans never expected to see in the WNBA spotlight. If the rumors are accurate, this could be the biggest shakeup in league history.
I didn't feel like making this video because what I just witnessed displayed on CBS was horrendous. These WNBA referees need to be fined. Something needs to happen. I mean, the lack of calls against the New York Liberty was at an all-time high. I mean, if this was an NBA game, a lot of players would have been fouled out. A lot of players would have been in deep foul trouble. The way Caitlin Clark in Indiana getting fouled, it was just hard to watch at times. Now, granted, they rallied back from a 15-1 lead, from a 15-point deficit. But guys, I'm telling you right now, the referees are the storyline in this one, bro. And I told y'all, I stressed to y'all this offseason, I told y'all what it was. I say, if Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever be successful, the referees will try to derail it. And that's exactly what happened in this game, bro. They derailed them from beating the New York Liberty.
Let's go back in time. Postseason vibes from the sold-out Indiana versus New York Fever versus New York Liberty game. There was a lot of buzz around Caitlin Clark's matchup with the defending champions. It should have been the year's top game on national television, but instead it turned into a ref show, and not in a positive way. From the beginning, something felt strange. Caitlin Clark was hacked almost every time she touched the ball, and Lexi Hall was whistled for a foul that didn't actually occur. It's the kind of call that makes you stop and wonder, are the referees watching the same game as us?
Always dumbfounded by how many times they call fouls on screeners and how many illegal screens are set in the WNBA.
Following the buzzer, Clark and Sophie Cunningham were enraged and chased down the official in an attempt to gain an explanation, but the referee turned away, walked away, and refused to interact, and you could sense it at that precise moment. This was a turning point, not just a difficult defeat. Let's examine the figures. In a game that was decided by a slim margin, the Liberty made 32 free throws while the Fever only made 15. That is more than double. Interview.
Action down low. Clark gets to get open. 1 second left.
Foul right there. Boom.
Clark doesn't get the shot off. Foul. Lofts her up. And New York comes into Indianapolis and takes the checkered flag.
Now, Natasha Cloud, and I made a video yesterday. I told y'all Natasha Cloud could possibly be the reason. I say, I hope not, but she could possibly be the reason.
That's not just a statistic, it's the result. And the worst part is that the Fever's 31-point free throw deficit during the first part of the season is a warning sign the size of Madison Square Garden. It's not just bad luck, it's systematic. Caitlin Clark possesses Angel Burt, Kathy. Been taking in more contact than any rookie should ever experience. In the NFL, not on a basketball court, Kennedy Carter blindsided her off the ball. What did the referees call it? A common foul, no flagrant, no tech, just a shrug. That's not just officiating. That's endangering player safety.
There could be an NBA referee scout at any high school game. And I know that was something that was going viral on Twitter when we were talking about the referees.
The league's announcement that the referees from the Liberty Fever game would be suspended following the backlash sounded like accountability, but insiders swiftly put an end to that. According to several reports, Commissioner Kathy Angelbert was not the one who made the decision. In fact, she was asked to resign in private and quietly immediately following the announcement of the suspension. This wasn't just a slap on the wrist for the referees. It was a full-on political power play. And when Clark, the WNBA was officially in damage control mode, and the commissioner was out when the most well-known rookie since perhaps ever began speaking out, pushing the situation over the edge. In any case, let's go back to last season's WNBA Finals, where the Liberty won. They had a great team, a talented roster, and deserving champions. Then, Kathy Angelbert, wearing a blue and black dress named Liberty Colors, walked onto the court to present the trophy.
Caitlin Clark was subject to several intentional fouls. Now, they also brought up Game 5 of the WNBA Finals. We actually made a whole video about that as well because there were some suspect calls at the end of that game, and a lot of people felt like the WNBA Finals were actually rigged because Kathy Engelbert was also wearing a dress that had the New York City skyline on it, so there was just a bunch of things.
Supporters at home lost. Was it deliberate? Who knows? But appearances count, and for thousands of supporters, that moment validated what they had been speculating about ever since. The league plays favorites. After the Fever game, the WNBA's attempt to quell the flames by suspending referees backfired, causing a deeper wave of mistrust among fans instead of restoring faith. The Flames' every contentious call in favor of the Liberty has just fueled that fire. In the meantime, the Fever players are playing their hearts out, the fans are packing arenas, and the media is finally paying attention, but at the top, it felt like no one had a plan, which brings us to the real problem. This league is growing faster than it is evolving, and that gap is beginning to show. Why now? Why only after the outrage? Why only after the video clips went viral? Was not in the league, most likely not. Clark is more than just a rookie. She is a marketing goldmine and a ratings magnet, and she is packing arenas, increasing TV deals, and gaining millions of new fans. However, with that fame comes scrutiny, and when Clark is hit, there is no whistle. It becomes popular when she is pulled down in a close game and the referees ignore their calls. When your league finally receives widespread notice, Twitter blows up. Every error is blown out of proportion, and every missed call becomes a headline. For this reason, it is imperative that you defend your stars. Let's move on to the media. In an interview, Kathy Angelbert was questioned about the harmful aspect of fan conduct on social media, including the racism, misogyny, and homophobia directed against Caitlin Clark, Angel Ree, and other athletes. In response, she changed her focus to marketing and dubbed it a bird magic moment. She claimed that rivalries were beneficial to business and that people's concern, even if it was unpleasant, proved the league was still relevant, which sparked Terry Jackson's pushback. The WNBPA's executive director blasted the remarks, saying unequivocally that there is no place in either sport or life for the hateful, racist, and misogynistic attacks that our players are subjected to. Players like Breanna Stewart, Kelsey Plum, and Alicia Clark were outspoken in their criticism, claiming that Angelbert fumbled the opportunity to condemn hate, and instead of defending the league's principles, she defended the brand. As a result, the WNBA is now in the national arena. Spotlight. More people than ever before are watching, the arenas are packed, and the headlines never stop. However, despite the bright lights, the foundation beneath them is trembling. The officiating is broken, the leadership is in need of a complete rebuild, and trust, let's face it, is hanging by a thread right now. Players are speaking up, coaches are losing faith, fans are asking the tough questions, and the league cannot afford to remain silent. Occurred during that difficult game against the Liberty, the one where she was bumped and shoved, and completely hacked every time she touched the ball. There was no whistle, no protection, just more punishment. After the game, Caitlin told the team that her leg hurt and they had her checked out. An MRI revealed that she had a quad strain, which isn't the same thing that happened during the preseason. Stephanie White, the new coach, made it clear that they would be extremely cautious with her because they understand how important she is to this team and the league. Caitlin has been participating. She has struggled since training camp and even missed her first preseason game due to some soreness, but now that things are getting serious, they must shut her down and give her time to recover. Not to mention her impressive on-court performance, which includes 19 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists. She's the leader in Indiana, and now that she might miss 4 games in a row, it's a huge thing for the Fever and the WNBA as a whole. When Caitlin isn't playing, the league seems different because she brings the intensity and attention that highlights, and you can already feel the drop-off without her. The question now is, how does the Fever recover? Who steps up while their leader is away? Can the league maintain this momentum without its biggest star active? Hopefully, Caitlin returns soon, healthy and ready to play. But in the meantime, the WNBA has become much more unpredictable. Alright, back to what we were talking about. Let's have a look at the name that has everyone talking behind the scenes. There are murmurs throughout the league about who is taking charge of cleaning up this mess and who has the courage, influence, and foresight to lead the WNBA out of turmoil and back into the spotlight for the right reasons. According to a number of sources, the WNBA is aiming to bring in a game changer rather than merely finding a replacement. Someone who is respected as soon as they enter the room and who not just understands basketball but lives it. Yes, you are Larry Bird. He's not just a former player. He's a cultural icon and a straight shooter who built championship teams with the Indiana Pacers and who knows what true leadership looks like on and off the court. If this rumor turns out to be accurate, the WNBA isn't just trying to patch up a PR nightmare. They're trying to change the entire narrative. Larry Bird is an Indiana legend, an NBA Hall of Famer, the man with ice in his veins and a basketball IQ that changed the way the game is played. Fresh with a face that fans already know and trust because, let's face it, nothing says we mean business like appointing Larry Bird to fix the league's image. Imagine Larry Bird as commissioner for a moment. Please remember that this isn't just a publicity stunt. This is a man who has accomplished everything, winning MVPs, building teams, leading franchises, and earning the respect of almost everyone in the basketball world. He undoubtedly brings clout, but more than that, he brings a presence. He won't be a silent figurehead who signs documents and nods courteously at the moment. As a basketball lifer who has been in the trenches, Bird understands what it means to work hard, how to lead, and, above all, how to listen to players, coaches, and fans. He also understands fairness because he has played through unfair calls, greatness because he has defined it, and what a league should stand for. If Larry Bird takes over, you can expect there will be changes not a year from now, but immediately. Stricter officiating standards, clearer, more consistent rules, and, most importantly, accountability at the top. No more hiding behind evasive statements or sidestepping difficult questions are all part of a genuine plan to protect players from needless hits and dirty plays. Imagine if Larry Bird walks into that office, picks up the phone, and informs the entire league that it's a new day in the WNBA and that things are about basketball instead of politics. To be honest, what do you think? Is Larry Bird the solution the WNBA needs? Or is this just another uncontrollable rumor? Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the like button, hit subscribe, and enable notifications. As if this rumor is true, the WNBA season has gone from chaotic to historic.